unalala tu unaamka, you get followers. Since when I was in employment, I would find myself selling a number of stuff.
But I've listened to you and you keep saying that's not the right way.
You're supposed to ask yourself, how am I going to sell without really boring people?
What do we need to do to just get through the process?
Anyone can do. But now there's the other professional way of running ads where you're able to target demographics, interest, location outside Kenya.
Some of us think it's very complicated.
If you don't know, come for a training. It would help.
Which platform would you advise they be on?
One option is not really enough. Content, we say content is king.
How would you ask them to get started?
Nowadays, the ways of shooting content has really changed. You're not supposed to sell every time we have this piece 60 by 60 going at this amount. We have this amazing apartment.
Thank you so much, Janet, for coming to our podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Now, first I have to say I appreciate all the work that you've been doing, trying to educate people online on how to either get their businesses running online. You are doing a fantastic job.
Thank you.
Now, just to get a little backstory, how did you get into the online training business, particularly around digital marketing?
Number one thing is I've always had a passion in business. Since way back, since when I was in employment, I would find myself selling a number of stuff. But I didn't know exactly what type of business to focus on. So I did branding, and then I had a background in marketing. I did marketing in campus. And then once I met some other people who are doing freelance jobs and I'd see what they do. So I thought of taking now social media marketing, since I already have a background in marketing. Where I was working in my former employment, I was still doing marketing. So I took now a course, and then I polished my knowledge, my interest in just handling social media platforms. And then I just started giving out business advice and people would DM me, and that's how it started.
And I've seen the good thing that I see about you.
Yeah.
You've been able to get clients from all over, people running salons, people running big businesses, small businesses. And the reason I called you for the podcast, and thanks for accepting, is I've seen you working with other real estate agents as well to help them drive the traffic to their properties and sell more. Now, if you are talking to a real estate agent who's trying to get their business online, what would be an easy way to just get their business visible, whether it's on social media or any other way? How would you ask them to get started?
Okay. First of all, for real estate agents, that includes people who are selling like property, like properties and lands as well. So number one, I'd tell them that nowadays the ways of shooting content has really changed. You're not supposed to sell every time we have this piece 60 by 60 going at this amount. We have this amazing apartment going for 1 million. You're supposed to now look of creative ways for selling without boring people on social media. Remember, people are on social media specifically. Majority, let's say 70% are there for fun. We have 30% who go at least to look for either educational content or informative content. But now the algorithm, either for TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, normally favors majority. Which content is being commented on, which one is being shared, which one is being liked. So that's what the algorithm for any social media platform is favoring at the moment. So if you're a real estate agent, you're supposed to ask yourself, how am I going to sell without really boring people? And now the algorithm for TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, how will it favor me? So number one, you're supposed to we have different type of content. I can just mention a few, right?
Please.
Okay. We have fun content. Fun content is whereby you'll find there's this video I normally see for a real estate agent just running through the building. He goes tap, if he's selling like a chair, tap and then run to the washroom, that evokes humor and becomes interesting. Not normal. It's not everything that everyone will do. Running, so that's a hook. So that's something will catch people's attention. Also, apart from fun content, we have now these challenges using trending music, or some song can be good to you, but is it trending? Is it good to majority of the people? So you're supposed to think about the one watching. Another thing, I feel there's a lot a lot of educational type of content that a real estate agent can give out. What about people who want to invest in real estate, people want to buy property, people want to buy land? What are some of the factors they need to consider? So there's the educational content, there's the fun content, and now sales content, where you have maybe offers. Like we had, which holiday was it recently?
We had Easter.
Easter holiday. You can have Easter holidays, offers and all that. So you have a blend of education, fun content and sales content, so that you really penetrate on social media.
That's nice, because I think what most people struggle with is, most of the agents I work with, is they struggle with wondering what do they post, which is good. You've been able to cover a blend of educational, informational, entertaining content.
Yeah.
But let's say it's a sole agent who doesn't have like a team.
Yeah.
And you've mentioned several platforms where they can go in and start building their profile, which, if someone is just starting out with a small budget, which platform would you advise they be on? And maybe you could go over a few platforms and highlight the advantages of either.
I'd say actually most people relate to people. You see, there's a difference between having like a whole company where we cannot see a face. So if you come in and they see you as Simon, they are seeing the brand, they are connecting with you as a person. So if you don't have a team, you can just come out alone, talk to these people. You'll earn trust because they are seeing you, they're getting to connect with you. But if you're looking now about one platform, you're supposed to look at which platform interests you the most. Number one, you need to be very comfortable in this platform. Like for me, I have a favorite. I don't want to mention because I have followers all around. You look at which platform are you interested in? Do you post without struggling? Which platforms do you really understand? And then you also look at the target market. All these people, the people who can buy land, are on Facebook, are on Instagram, are on TikTok. So I wouldn't say there's no platform, and even YouTube, there's no platform that you cannot sell. But there's one platform that will stand out for me and one platform that will stand out for you, depending with your consistency. And again, as I said, which platform interests you the most. So number one, I'd say like TikTok. I love TikTok, I won't lie, because it's very easy to grow. It's very easy to go viral. I feel like the algorithm is really good because TikTok became viral around 2020. So they are trying to lure as many people. According to me, they are trying to bring in as many people on TikTok. Soon, I know with time, it will become also hard to crack like platforms like Instagram, where you need to pump in money, like sponsor ads for you to penetrate. But TikTok is a good platform because it has a blend of both young people, Gen Zs, you have millennials, you have even old people. And as I said, you grow. Unalala tu unamka, you get followers as long as you're posting. And then we have also Instagram. Instagram is good because now the kind of audience on Instagram compared to TikTok, Instagram has a bit serious. Sisemi TikTok kuna jokers, but Instagram now is a good platform where you find if someone DMs you, this one is more of a lead. They can easily convert compared to the chances from people DMing you on TikTok. Now, TikTok is a lot of people, so you'll get a number of messages, but the conversion really varies. On Instagram, you have the high-end target and also clients, where I said, if you're running an ad and then you get someone DMing you on Instagram, and then Instagram people, they like DMs. Hata si lazima upeleke WhatsApp or anything. I've had clients who pay in the platform, they just share messages in the platform. Now that's when I tell them, let's go now to WhatsApp, we have a group and all this. So they have no problem paying wanafika bay, number one. But inquiries aiko as many, and the virality. For you to go viral on Instagram, you really need to be good. Yes, you really need to be good, but you just understand there are some algorithm that favors Instagram, that works on Instagram. There's different algorithm that will work on TikTok. Now, Facebook is really good also. I feel like so many people have moved from Facebook. Watu wa Facebook ndio wameingia TikTok. Wanachana tuna Instagram.
The old people.
Watu wazee wametoka Facebook wakaingia wote TikTok. Na ndio maana unapata siku hizi chai na ni aunti zetu ndio wanakunywa hiyo chai. So anyways, you'll find that Facebook now has very similarities with TikTok, has similarities, but you find Facebook since ni ya kitambo our parents, the older generation, are still on Facebook. And these people wametafuta pesa for like a while, for a long time. So wanaweza fika bei, they can buy property, they can buy land, they can buy all this. And then we also have YouTube. YouTube is also another platform where if you want to target even outside Kenya, people in diaspora, I feel like YouTube is very good for real estate agent, just showcasing the environment, ama the land you're selling or the property. And then you can run ads on YouTube as well to favor or to reach specifically certain counties. So number one, it depends with your interest, as I said. Number two, where you get clients. The moment you run ad or you do post, you post content, you find like, I'm getting a lot of clients from TikTok, or I'm getting a lot of clients from Instagram. That means where you put more effort. Kwenye inakuletea do, that's where you put in more effort.
Good.
Yeah.
And I really like the way you've broken down each platform and its advantages.
Yeah.
But I'm still looking at this one person who is still trying to crack it online, and either they are shy, they don't want to get on camera.
Yeah.
What would you tell them to do? Do they try get their fears over? Do they hire someone to do it? For that shy person who is still wondering whether they can create content or not, what would you advise them to just do?
Okay. If you're shy, number one, there's shy with money and the shy broke. If you have money, you can hire someone. But if you know really you're not in a position even to hire someone. Now the shyness has to go. You have to face head on. You can try number one. I'd say you don't have to talk directly to the camera. You can try with something we call voiceover. Like you can record a video and then add a voiceover. Now that one you're not talking to the camera direct. With time you just practice. You'll find some of us take 1, take 2, take 10. So with practice, you'll find that you'll get well. And you've seen people with wanangoa, people are just talking, but the confidence just needs confidence. Ijalishi kama unangoa ama ungoi, people will just listen. So you just need to come out. But if you have an option of hiring someone to talk on your behalf, well and good. And there are some people who don't want to be seen. I've gotten a number of clients who tell me, I don't want to be seen, but they have now the money to get other someone. People. Yeah. So if you're broke, you might as well face the camera. But with time, you will learn, you'll get motivated. Once you get someone, a DM telling you, I need this plot, it gives you more energy to continue.
Let me dig deeper into the same. Yeah. There are people who say, if you're trying to get your brand online, you should try get 2 brands. Like you can have your own personal brand and also have a company brand. Like the company could have its own voice and then you have your own voice. What would you advise people to do? Do they still get 2 brands out there, or do they just first concentrate on getting one brand out there?
Okay. One thing I'd say, now that's a tricky question for someone who has like a personal brand. I'd say the easiest way to grow is if people connect with you. All these big brands, I don't want to mention like specific names. We already have like someone, either the owner, the CEO is known. Most of these big brands, the ones who have shooted, especially from these social media platforms, we already know the CEOs, the founder and all that. But now we have also bigger brands which have grown now beyond the name. There's some big brands which you know the brand, but you can't even tell the owner of this business. So it depends with you. Do you want to be seen exactly? Number one, do you want to be seen in the business? At what extent? Because I also know that a personal brand has certain limitation. You might find maybe if I fall sick, for example, I just want to be very practical. Nikigonjeka leo, it might hurt my personal brand. What about the company? It will still continue running. So maybe you can start. What I'd say, if you're starting out, you can just start as a personal brand and then grow to maybe a company where you're just introducing different faces. People will adapt slowly. But at the end of the day, you need to maintain quality, of course, quality product or services, quality content. People will trust the brand.
Good. Yeah. When you talk of quality content, one thing I see most people struggling with is people saying either they don't have the right gear, whether it's for video quality or for sound, which while it's a valid concern, do you think for someone who doesn't have the high-end gear or a high-end camera, what options should they be thinking about?
I'd say you're not supposed to wait for the perfect moment for you to start. Whatever you have, whether it's that techno. Oh, am I supposed to mention brands?
It's fine.
It's fine. Whether it's that, I'm saying that because that's what I started using with. Whether it's that, whatever phone you have, you just start with what you have. You just find like a ring light. Ring light, it helps improve the quality of the video because of the lighting. So you also need to look about the lighting. But I'd say you don't have to have like a microphone, expensive phones for you to start. There are videos which I've seen poor quality, but the content is really good. And nowadays, TikTok values organic content. Now, there's no need for you to go really polished content. They are actually valuing the organic content, or you just shoot it raw. And then they appreciate the creativity, the value that you're giving. So just say, now it should not be limiting you.
I see.
Yeah.
Now, one thing for real estate agents they struggle with.
Yeah.
I know you mentioned you've seen someone rushing through the house, which is very entertaining. So entertaining content really works.
Yes.
Because sometimes people get onto social media just for entertainment purposes. But for real estate agents, not many people can be very entertaining or outgoing. But when you are scrolling through TikTok or Instagram, you are competing with so many other different kind of content. What can I do if I'm producing a video so that for someone who is scrolling, I can get their attention within the 1, 2, 3 seconds before they move to the next video?
Okay. So I'd say if you're going to shoot content, you don't have to really entertain as such, because even if you're going to entertain, you need to make sure you're closing. At the end of the day, we don't just want people to laugh at the content then pass. We want them to make an action of either buying the property or buying the land. So number one, the first 5 seconds or the first 3 seconds of a video should have like a hook. How you start a video, you can start with a question. You can also start with a certain problem. You're a real estate agent. You know your target market are facing this type of problem. Maybe they don't know the best place to invest in. They don't know what options you have. So you need to understand what problems, what solutions are you bringing to these people. Something that will catch their attention at once. The other thing is how you talk. You could even start with a transition. I've seen people talking, placing like a phone up and just talking from above. So that's a hook. So that's a hook. Number 2, you can also start with a catchy phrase. You see, there are people who text, but they are talking, but there's a text in the video. So that text will determine whether I'll watch throughout the video, because you can start talking, but I really don't know what you're talking about. So you have catchy phrases, how you start a video, even a good background. And the other thing I'd say about that, if you're going to post content, you're supposed to go back and analyze how your content is performing. We have a video that got you 5,000 views, the other one 1,000, the other one 100,000. So you're supposed to ask yourself, why is this video getting 100,000? Why is the other one getting 5,000? Why is the other one getting 1,000? Now you analyze the 500,000, and whatever you used on that, maybe it could be even a background or a t-shirt. Maybe you have a t-shirt, you're black. That's what people connect with. So you just be very attentive to details to understand what are this audience wanting to interact with, and now do it over time.
And the good thing you've mentioned around videos getting a lot of views, and I think something that I've seen a trend coming up with so many of these platforms is the organic views. Even if you post, TikTok is good, you get a lot of views, but for most of the other platforms, you struggle to get 100, 200 views on content that you spent a whole month working on. So what can people do to their content once they upload it into social media for them to at least get more views, or to help the algorithm pick that video or the content they've posted up?
Okay, so on all other platforms, so TikTok and all other.
Let's say I post a video on Facebook.
Yeah.
And it's only getting 2 views, but I still think it's a very, very good video.
Yeah.
What else can I do myself to just get more views on that video? Because it's a video that I think it's nice.
Okay. Number 1, I'd say you can run ads. There's an option of running ads on this platform like Facebook and Instagram, especially if you feel like this video, if it gets the right target market, because it could be maybe it's not getting good engagement because it has not yet gotten to the right target market. You can sponsor ads via Meta or Ads Manager for both Facebook and Instagram. Target whether it's both Facebook and Instagram or Instagram alone, depending with who do you want to target. So there's that option where you can just start with a budget of 150 lowest as you proceed.
150 in dollars.
In Kenya shillings. But now the thing is, if someone is running an ad and is paying 1,000 Kenya shillings and you're paying 150, so Meta will just favor the higher. But also the content. Content really matters. Even if you're running an ad and you put 1,000, if your content is not as engaging, you find that it doesn't perform as well. Yeah.
For most people, I think they are more used to either boosting the post, because once you post something, let's say on Facebook, it tells you to boost, which is very easy to do.
Yeah.
But I've listened to you and you keep saying that's not the right way. So, and some of us think it's very complicated just getting an ad out.
Yeah.
What do we need to do to just get through the process?
Okay. So number one, I'd say boosting is the immediate way. If you don't know about running ads, you can try out boosting. But now if you want to target the right market, there's even an option of adding interest. People are really interested in property, real estate, business owners. You can just do the interest part, not in boosting. Now there are some settings that you cannot see in boosting because it's just direct the point. Anyone can do. But now there's the other professional way of running ads where you're able to target demographics, interest, location outside Kenya via Ads Manager. And it gives you really good results and also feedback. You can see the cost per click, which location is interacting, what gender. So I'd say if you don't know, come for a training. It would help.
Oh, you have a training coming up?
Yeah, I have a training on ads from 20th. This is May, 20th May. But I also have like another training next month. Every month I have like intakes.
Okay. So guys, you had it. If you are struggling with getting your ads running the way I do, reach out to Janet Marketing. We'll have her contacts as we proceed. Now, coming back here, if someone you've talked, like when running ads, we need to make sure that you are targeting people properly. Maybe you can go a little bit deeper into how we can make sure we are really targeting the people we want to go to. I know you've touched it, but
I just dig deeper.
Yes, on around getting the right people.
Okay. Because
what happens, people keep spending money and not getting enough returns on the money, and they stop doing the ads altogether, even though there are a few changes they could do to get their ads performing better.
So I'd say number one is content. Content, we say content is king. Number one, if your content is not engaging, Meta is not there to magically make your content or make the ad do well. So your content has to be number one, engaging, for Meta even to favor, for people to like. So if they put in money and they feel like they are pushing your content but people are still not engaging, it becomes expensive. You'll find that cost per message is really high, cost per click is high because people are not sending the messages. They are not sending. And money has to be used. You've put a budget of 1,000, they're still in business. So that money has to be used. So you find the cost goes up because the content, number one, is not engaging. So if now you've worked on the content, there's now the process under audience. You have now on Meta, this is a process. On Meta, if you go now on Ads Manager, there's an option now of audience, so you're able to target a certain location. So I'd say number one, you need to know, are you targeting Kenya as whole? Are you targeting people outside of Nairobi or outside Kenya? There are people who target people, Kenyans in diaspora. That's what they call there. Kenyans in diaspora. So you can target all those audience. And this a key feature, which I think people have not really known about special ad category. There's an option on Ads Manager on special ad category. So if in case you're targeting outside Kenya, you need to make sure it's on and then continue to add those countries. And then after now targeting the countries, there's an option of interest. If you just write in real estate interest, Facebook will just give you options, so many options, where you just fill at least 25 interests, because one option is not really enough. At least 25 interests. And then now the gender, of course, real estate, it's both gender. And then the age, you can also ask yourself, now most of your clients, what are their age group? Is it from 22? Is it from 25? Is it from 30? There's also the option of the age. So once you get the audience, the age, the locations, the special ad category, and the interest, and your content is good, I have to repeat that again, and your content is good, and also the budget, of course, and your budget. If you're going to target outside Kenya, like USA, I don't expect that you use the same budget as someone who is targeting just Kenya. So also the budget also differs within the location.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great to hear in terms of running ads, because that's something I see a lot of real estate agents struggling with. But I know you've mentioned doing videos is very important. Having good images is very important when it comes to selling properties.
Yeah.
But I would just want you to touch a little bit from your experience with other real estate agents around how they describe their properties. Because I think it's an important piece. For myself, I've been seeing people just putting very limited description and expecting the ad to convert. What would be your advice around getting the description correct?
The description, I'd say number one, if you have like if before you get to the description, can I mention something?
Please.
If someone is posting a poster, there's the graphic poster talking about maybe 50 by 50 and this amount via poster, and another person is explaining. They also have like their aerial shoot where they're showing the land, they're talking and all that, they're showing the neighborhood. Number one, these two are different type of content, maybe selling the same thing. Of course, the video will perform better than the poster. That's one thing. Now, under description, you need to also have the hook. I'd say nowadays, social media, you don't have to be as formal. Okay? Unaweza andika, you can just write, what's one thing what's the goal? What's one goal that you said you'd achieve in 2025? If it's land, I have something for you. We have this and this and this and this. So I didn't just go straight to 50 by 50 at 100,000, or I just went with a hook. So there's also an option of adding just a bit of description with a hook or something, or even a question, something that people relate with. So you also need to be very careful on the hook, and also make sure you're giving out prices. I find there are some people who are not very comfortable giving out prices. I feel if you give out prices, now you'll seclude people who actually want to buy from other people wenye hawafiki. Unajua kuna mtu mimi half a million I cannot. So it will eliminate all those back and forth.
You haven't given me a price and I follow you.
Oh, I haven't given. You
haven't announced one where I can pick a price.
Okay. I do. Now, for my case, it's different. Okay. For my case, it's service. So it's more of consultations. There's a bit of consultation before I bring in the price. But now, in the case of land and property, I feel there's always like a fixed. You cannot go below this. You cannot go below. Yeah.
Okay. Now, you've clearly mentioned the need to have the description done right, not to just start by 50 and 100.
Yeah.
And some of us are not very creative.
Yeah.
The way you are just bringing it out. Are there some tools out there that can help someone who is not as creative to just get the description right?
Yeah, we have, nowadays we have a lot. We have ChatGPT. I'd say that's number one. If you just prompt ChatGPT well, it also depends on the prompt. You need to make sure you're giving ChatGPT all the information. I'm a real estate agent. I'm selling this piece at this amount. I'm targeting this and these people. Give me a catchy description with hooks, with a hook that will catch people's attention and all that. And then it will give you, and you can even tell it to give like 10 options to choose from. If it's long, tell it, make it shorter. So you have ChatGPT, number one. We have Google. We have FreePick AI is more of creating AI images. I'd say the easiest, and it's also free, is ChatGPT. So you don't have to think a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I know it may appear very simple for you, but for some of us, it's very hard getting online.
Yeah.
I would just want you to tell our listeners where they can be able to find you online, and the kind of services they should be reaching out to you for.
Okay, so if you're a real estate agent and you're watching this, I have a lot of educational content on my platforms like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. I go by the name Janet Marketing across all my platforms. So if you want more knowledge, you can just follow me and then you'll get more knowledge. I also have my number on my bio, but I'll just read it out. 0704 544 323. So DM, contact for consultations, content creation, social media marketing and trainings. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And karibu tena.
Asante.